This is Secret Universe, a Roblox puzzle game created by Feodoric about finding as many secrets as possible. There's easy stuff like finding a hidden button inside of your settings and buying 10 of a single item. However, as you progress, the game gets brutally difficult. Puzzles quickly go from completing Minesweeper to loading up Minecraft on a specific version and inputting a loot seed hidden on the side of an in-game chest, and sharpening part of the skybox to find a hidden image and using that as coordinates for which part you need to jump on. And that's not even the worst of it. Have you ever played a Roblox game that requires you to create your own sound file, throw it in the game files, and use it to unlock a hidden room? Yeah, well, that's the puzzle in this game. And there's many, many more. On August 23rd, Secret Universe was released to the public, which was disastrous for me. Let me explain. You see, a week prior I had playtested the game for an upcoming video on Feodoric's channel, and anyone who participated in this had a 90-minute ban after release to prevent them from leaking, which meant I was unable to get any first victors. See, this game had a lot of mechanics that made it unique. Its main staple is that every secret unlocks a new structure on the map, directly copied from my game boot. This allows for a fresh take on the genre, encouraging you to interact with the map and branch outwards towards new discoveries. The game also has other mechanics such as trading, but most importantly, it has a functioning leaderboard which shows who's the first to every secret in the game. Due to the 90-minute ban, all the stuff we found in the playtest was immediately sniped within the first hour, so I began to pre-grind the badger that we'd found within the competition. However, I was unfortunately beaten by 9 other people. The rest of day 1 was interesting to say the least. Leaderboards and item serial numbers ended up breaking. Theo had to increase the stock of the sniper item, which was originally planned to be 28. A member of the team I was invited to managed to solve Knack der Toten, which was obtained by taking this key from the elevator area and dropping it down to use on the evil door. This secret awards a battle dome where players can fight free model zombies to death, and for some reason it has gambling? One of the hardest secrets in this game was also found immediately by some random person no one had ever heard of before, which led to a lot of confusion. When I woke up on day 2, a lot of stuff had happened. New secrets had been found, such as Debugger, a 700 difficulty which was obtained by climbing on the pachinko machine in a certain spot. What? However, I had much bigger problems. My team had split up overnight. See, it was composed of members of Gagarg and Moon Syndicate, 2 of the most elite puzzle solving groups on Roblox. Gagarg is the group that managed to get 7 out of 10 people in the Mega Hunt finale, and Moon had conquered many secret games in the past. When the game was picked up by other members of these groups, the members in my team went back home to solve it with them. This left me stranded without a team, and I was now stuck trying to finish this game completely solo. But that didn't stop me. A member of my Discord server reached out to me about a lead he had on the Be Right Back secret. If you click on the ball, you are prompted to take a free model. By using a trick with the API, you can obtain the oldest version of this model, in which the prompted ID is exchanged for a new one. This ID leads to a private model by the vocational account titled blah blah blah. There's also an ID in the description which when used takes you to Trio OS. Seriously? Yeah, well it turns out the name of the model is actually a map code. If you don't know about Trio OS, it's basically a Flood Escape fan game that's coded like 10 times better and looks flashier. Loading the map in Trio loads you into a copy of Dimension 6, a secret realm hidden inside of Secret Universe. You're instructed to find 5 structures. Now at this point I was pretty hyped, because I thought we'd just found something nobody had ever stumbled across yet. We saw 4 out of 5 of these, but we were really stuck on the last one. My teammate went to bed, so I was stuck on my own. That's when I sent a message about on the dismantled team. And Gagarg already got this. Debbie told me that the one I was missing was hidden among us on a patch of grass. Yes, really. I got the secret and became the first person outside of Gagarg to obtain the beginning. As the day went on, I solved a few more ones and traded with friends for others, but there was one that stood out to me more than the rest. Fabled. Why? Because I knew the structure it gave was a reference to my game. Well, guess what? Overnight, the secret referencing my game had been solved. You wanna take a guess who solved it? Gagarg. Yeah. In fact, they didn't just solve Fabled, they were solving so many secrets that people began to call them out and accuse them of cheating. No other team was even close to them. Later on in the day, they solved As Above So Below, a gateway secret. I call it that because this secret unlocks like 10 more that are impossible without it. You see, the structure it grants is the baseplate hole puncher, a machine that does exactly what you think it does. From there, you can use it to dig around the giant statue and cause it to fall over. This gives you Titan Attack, which is then used for plenty more secrets. The one I want to talk about here though is called Quid Pro Quo. To get it you need to equip every eye accessory on the statue, which causes it to form a rainbow eye. Then you need to lure the rainbow eye into hitting this reflected heart, which causes it to bounce back at the eye and kill it. I was the first person outside of Gagarg to solve this. There's also Compact Contour for clicking all these parts in the spawn because I'll something in the microprofiler. The structure for Compact Contour allows you to write a note that can be seen by other players at random. I decided to write "kill all mega teams" to voice my frustration about Gagarg's robbery of the beginning secret in Quid Pro Quo. Day 2 was an important day, as it showed us that Gagarg was an unstoppable force. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was still in the top 100 on the overall leaderboard, but it became apparent to me that it would be nearly impossible for a solo player such as myself to obtain any first victors. I was losing hope. Day 3 was the day I went insane. I spent the morning trying to get taking inventory, which I thought could be obtained by getting this badge after teleporting to Feodoric's previous game in 1 minute you will explode, but after 2 hours of pain and suffering, I was sadly disproven. But that's okay, because I had an idea. If I could take the hole puncher all the way up into the sky zone, I might be able to get a secret. You see, there's this area with a grey coloured hole in it, which was conveniently the exact surface area of the hole puncher, so I got to work. I tried to fly up on my head, but was met by an invisible teleporter which blocked me from doing that. I'd need to use the elevator to get it up here, so I started messing around. I spawned the hole puncher inside of the lift and tried to take it up. But my problem was that I still had to complete all of the elevator puzzles. Even then, how would I get it out of the lift at the end? That's when I had 2 revolutionary ideas. My first one was auto-clicking. I discovered that auto-clicking the elevator button would take me up to the end instantly, skipping all of the puzzles. I also realised that I could use the carpet to flick the hole puncher on top of the lift and use that to carry it up. So simple, right? No. My first problem was the sheer lagginess of the game. This game is very badly optimised. Sorry, Theo. This caused the elevator to break and flip out most of the time, and every time it lagged out, I needed to spend another 3 minutes setting up the hole puncher positioning again. It was sheer luck. My second problem was apparent once I actually made it to the top of the hole puncher. I needed to get the hole puncher through this gap, which was way too small to fit it through. I had to either go over the top of the gap or around the edge, so I spent 3 long, painful hours trying everything possible to get it past the gap. After 60 plus failed attempts, just as I was about to give up, I hit the shot. LeBron had blessed me. I rushed over and pushed it over to the platform, aligned it perfectly, and nothing. It didn't work. I spent 3 hours on this and it didn't even work. I was distraught. What would I do now? I'd wasted so much time on something that wasn't even a secret. I'd never catch up on the leaderboard. But then, I checked my DMs. Do you prefer noodles or ramen? Noodles. Okay, let me explain. So, I managed to get a Gagarg visa. Bam Villainous went on a campaign to get me in here so I could help with Secret Universe. Thanks, Bam. I was allowed to join temporarily just for this game, so I guess I'm in Gagarg now? How did this happen? After I joined, we went to try and solve some secrets, which was way easier in a group. Anyway, Gagarg had been stuck on a secret called Talkie, but we didn't really get anywhere with that. I was also shown the secrets that Gagarg had been gatekeeping, such as the aforementioned spawn shark that had been solved by a random on day 1. To get this, you had to use an obscure feature in Roblox scripting to join the game and immediately teleport to a spawn location called Shark? How did someone find this immediately? However, that night we made a huge discovery. You see, we all knew that holding out this orb while entering the multiplayer portal would take you to a secret area. But Jacob found that using the console you could find a missing audio file called wordsly.wav. So what now? Well, you gotta make the file yourself. Add it to your game and a hidden room opens up, and a boombox plays your sound on random intervals. We tried a lot of stuff with this, but we got pretty much nowhere before I went to bed. Before I discuss Day 4's puzzles, there's something else I really need to talk about. You see, in the background while we had been solving puzzles, a player known as Red M Hunter had gained notoriety within the community. Hunter hadn't been solving puzzles, but instead leaking them to the public, allowing anyone to get them without putting in the effort to solve them themselves. This angered some people in the community, such as Numphies, a member of Gagarg. Numphies was sick of Red M Hunter's leaks, so I decided to strike back, and that's when the beginning of Secret Universe's rap beef started. Yeah, seriously. Numphies dropped a diss track on Red M Hunter.
Red M Hunter, you are trash. Red M Hunter, you are trash. Red M Hunter, you are trash.
This secret game shit gets serious, bro. Anyway, on to the actual secret stuff. Overnight, a few secrets had been solved, such as taking inventory, which was solved by RDC's Apple fan club group instead of Gagarg for once. I'm so proud. Some members of Gagarg then collaborated with Apple fan club to solve Ultrastar and Superstar. To get these, you had to favourite badges using API, because Roblox removed the feature to favourite badges for some reason. However, Chris's HQ from Gagarin had managed to solve Ultra Francesca, a secret of such a strange solution that we would be able to gatekeep it for 4 entire days. To get this one, you needed to blow up the Roblox avatar editor dressing room with trip mines. This would reveal text saying launch. So what does that mean? Chris figured out that it was referencing launch data, a little line of code that you can put on the end of a Roblox game link that can be detected by the game. But what do we add as our launch data? Well, there is one item that doesn't get discoloured by the trip mine in this room, the dressing orb. If you're wondering about the other non-discoloured items, those are meshes so they don't count. From here you need to find the model of the avatar editor room and find the dressing orb's name, then use that as launch data. Anyway, throughout the rest of the day we were putting our efforts into solving Toke. The hint for the secret said loud and proud. So we knew what we needed to do. We needed to say something on top of the global message bubble. But what? We spent all day trying everything possible, until Theo sent a message in announcements. Toki's fixed, sorry about that. We immediately found what we were looking for, a 0.99 transparency Italian flag when you spoke on top of the chat bubble. We then immediately knew what to do, but we were quickly beaten by Bradio and his team Airball. You had to go to the easiest game on Roblox dimension, type Bonjorgo, then repeat what the ball was saying in reference to the globe ending in easiest game on Roblox. I ended up getting number 10 for this. Hopefully this will be the last time a secret is broken, right? Day 5 was a short but interesting day. A group of 3 people managed to find compound nouns and decided to gatekeep it. But the real interesting part of Day 5 comes from a mysterious player called Vatu, who managed to solve Recluse, and nobody knew how. In fact, not even Theo knew how. Vatu became a mystery. He had solved an 800 plus difficulty with only like 20 secrets unlocked? How? Someone also managed to drop the 1 in 1 million chance aura obtained by a rainbow zombie. That's pretty much it for Day 5. Slow news day I guess. But at least Day 6 makes up for it. Day 6 was the day I started a civil war. Overnight Gagarin could solve the boombox puzzle. There was a hidden inventory slot that when checked revealed hidden numbers. These numbers take you to Feodoric's starter place. From there, they checked for translations and found that the name changed to a cipher in Bengali. They then used the name of the secret orb item, the Vinci key, to get a YouTube link of Feodoric saying a ton of random words.
Apple, train, mountain, river, building, book, table, chair.
Using the audio file from this YouTube link as your wordsy file, change it to this.
Push, portal, eye, laser, salmon, ice.
Now if you get the eye to shoot the portal while you're holding the orb, and you go back to the door, you're met with this.
Oh hey, how's it going? Huh, yeah, it seems like you can't progress any further right now. Yeah, you're just not worthy. Well, I guess I can't help you, sorry.
Now, let me explain what I meant with the Civil War part. When I woke up, I saw the link for the video and went to leave a comment, but what I didn't realise is that Gagarin were hiding the fact that they knew about the video. You see, Moon, the other big team mentioned earlier, had also found the video, at the exact same time as Gagarin. In fact, Gagarin were literally 1 minute earlier than Moon. It is insane that they were this close. Anyway, since I didn't realise that Gagarin were hiding their progress, I left a comment on the video. This caused Moon to freak out and believe they had a leaker who had sent me the video. However, there was also other news. It was revealed that someone had save instanced the game, and a copy of the game downloaded with exploits was leaked in the game's Discord server. Now back to Wordsy. We knew that this was the meet the owner ending, but the problem was, how did we become worthy? We tried getting Feodoric's first badge and putting his user ID on text boxes, but yet, nothing was able to make us worthy. Red M Hunter also released his response to this track.
Shut your dumb ass up and solve some puzzles, brother.
A picture of Vatu showing the Recluse solution text was leaked, saying, "Give Evil Keith PTSD with the Void Share." Yeah, we thought this was fake too, but it turns out it was real. Because later on this video started spreading. Feodoric had broke the code, and bringing a zombie from the battle arena to the chair somehow made the game think it was Evil Keith. Alright, it's almost time to solve the puzzle you've all been waiting for. 14 minutes into the video. But first we have to talk about one more. Trust me, it's important. We discovered something very peculiar about the way the multiplayer area in the game works. You see, using API you can get a list of all places connected to a Roblox game. The subplace called Secret Meetup, however, was interesting. Whenever we tried to use the subplace glitch on it, we would crash. But that's when we noticed something. Somehow, Theo had managed to make an unlisted subplace that doesn't appear on the API. The real subplace was completely hidden and uncopylocked? Downloading the game file and opening it in Studio revealed something very interesting. There is no game. This entire subplace is loaded externally whenever a server is created. We examined further in this copy and we quickly found that hidden in the collision groups was a username. The username took us to Mr. Collision Groups. After copying his avatar and joining the game, we were granted identity fraud. The structure for this secret is a portal that teleports you to random secret games. After solving identity fraud, we put our efforts back to other puzzles such as poofing around. However, none of us tried going back to Feodoric's room until 4 hours after we got identity fraud. Snowy walked in and the dialogue had changed.
Oh hey, how's it going? Good job on finding me, that was a pretty elaborate puzzle back there. Now, you might be thinking, I'm about to give you the secret. You know, like usually these have just one puzzle and then you're done. But unfortunately for you, that's not the case this time. So what you have to do is... Oh, well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. You already got this far, so...
Zeg immediately grabbed the audio file, and we realised it was only playing in one ear, so we quickly put it through some programs and... What's a void orb? Well, we quickly realised it was meaning the little reflective orb spawned by quid pro quo structure, and void orbs activated. It worked, but what now? Well, the columns on the left side of the identity fraud structure were placed in a very strange way, resembling that of a Lost comic. And you know what else had the same pattern imprinted on it?
I was like rolling on the random game machine and then I saw secret meetup and then I just joined it.
We ran over, started clicking all the buttons, and secret meetup appeared. I entered, reset, and walked over to the house, and Feodoric.
Hey, you made it. Yeah, the real secret meetup, huh? My save file, actually. Yeah, it's not easy to find structures here. Well, anyways, I won't keep you. The last thing I want you to do is to go recount your badges. I put a lot of effort into utilizing as many game mechanics as possible for these secrets, and, you know, that includes the recount badges button. So yeah, here's your badge. Have fun, you earned this one. Let's say the structure feels like a necessity in all of these secrets type games. We'll meet again. Someday.
I quickly left, rejoined, hit recount badges, but it was too late. Nomfi, Snowy and Eagle had beaten me by 50 seconds. I became the fourth to obtain Meet the Owner, the third hardest badge in this game. Yeah, as it turns out, there's 2 more badges in this game of higher difficulty that are yet to be solved, along with 10 more of lower difficulty. There is still a lot to find in this game, and that's why I want you to join Secret Universe, get hunting, and maybe together we can find Waldo. Anyway, if this video taught me anything, is that I might be a bigger leech than Red M Hunter. Maybe the true Secret Universe was the friends we made along the way.